CYBATHLON, where skillful pilots team up with new technologies to accomplish stunning things.
CYBATHLON macht glücklich.
우리가 포기할 수 있는 일들을 가능하게 만들어줍니다.
Ihr tretet mit und gegeneinander an.
Teams from countries around the globe fight to win the competition. Which team will present the smartest technology? And who has the best pilot? CYBATHLON competitions include 8 disciplines. They all call for skill, precision, concentration, and endurance. Electric wheelchairs climb stairs. Prosthetic arms feel out and pick up hidden objects. And exoskeletons let paralyzed legs walk again. Intelligent assistive technologies help simplify the everyday lives of people with disabilities. Technology, competitive spirit, emotions, CYBATHLON 2024 will be all of that. Today's CYBATHLON Challenge is the first competition on the road to CYBATHLON 2024. Challenges will be staged twice a year. Teams can use them to prepare CYBATHLON 2024 in the best possible way, step by step. Today's CYBATHLON Challenge discipline, the wheelchair race. Teams will have to complete the following task both correctly and as quickly as possible. These steps have to be mastered in a wheelchair twice, once climbing them on one side and going down the other, and then once again starting from the other side. The steps are 28 centimeters wide on one side and 35 centimeters on the other. The pilot who masters the steps in both the directions and clocks the fastest time wins the challenge. Each team has 2 attempts. The better attempt will count. 2 teams participate in this challenge today. There is Team Scervo, based in Winterthur, Switzerland. Scervo, their pilot will be Christian Rusterholz, is a corporate spin-off of ETH Zurich. The team has been a CYBATHLON competitor ever since 2016. In 2020, they placed 5th. Their Scervo Bro was one of the very first wheelchairs capable of climbing steps. It's not a prototype and is available for purchase. Team Mobility Enhanced, sent by the Eastern Switzerland University of Applied Science, will be their opponent. Pilot Rolf Schoch is a very experienced competitor, even though he competed in a different discipline, the exoskeleton race in 2020. His team won both in 2016 and 2020, then with pilot Florian Hauser. Competing with a 4x4 wheelchair, Team Mobility will no doubt be aiming high again today.
Hello and welcome to the CYBATHLON Challenges for 2022, live once again from the ETH here in Zurich. And joining myself, Nick Fellows, in the commentary box is the head of the CYBATHLON project and also our expert analyst across all of our shows. Roland, welcome once again. Just give us a little bit of information, background and detail on the challenges concept. We know it's the road to CYBATHLON 2024, but what is it we're trying to achieve?
Yes, what we have today is the kickoff to the road to 2024 in the wheelchair discipline. So we have published the full rules book for CYBATHLON 2024 a couple of weeks ago. There we have 10 tasks for the wheelchair discipline. We selected one of these tasks, which is the stairs, an adapted version of the version we had in the past. And now we can check how far the teams are already to cope with this new task with the adapted chairs, and the teams should team up with the pilot, with the technicians, with everyone involved to prepare for 2024, but also to compete, of course.
And of course, that competition relates to R&D, which relates to social benefits and hope for so many. And of course, we are based at ETH Zurich. It's the home of CYBATHLON, where the idea was originally conceived back in 2013. And we head to the 3rd major edition, the Road to CYBATHLON for 2024. 2024. It's getting bigger, it's getting better. It's a global phenomenon now, CYBATHLON.
Exactly. We invite the teams worldwide to register for CYBATHLON to develop assistive technologies for daily life. This is also why we talk a lot to the expert, to the end users when we develop the rules book. It has to represent tasks of daily life. And in the competition, we see then how robust, how functional the devices are and how good the people can use them for daily life tasks.
So we are ready to go with the much anticipated wheelchair race. First team is Schkebo, of course, out of Winterthur, not too far from Zurich here. They were 5th in the 2020 CYBATHLON competition. And just talk us through the process here of the Schkebo pilot. It's Christian Rusterholz, just making a few last-minute adjustments there, Roland.
Yes, Christian is also an experienced CYBATHLON pilot, also took part in the CYBATHLON 2020 Global Edition. And you can see here, very important is the interface that the pilot can use to control the wheelchair. It has to be intuitive. You should press the buttons very easily. The wheelchair has to know what the pilot wants to do. Also in daily life, it has to be convenient. Otherwise, the people won't use the wheelchair in daily life. So the interface is very important.
That's a fantastic shot, as well as the movement stick that we got to see there of Christian. Now, the other Swiss team in action competing here at ETH Zurich is Robility Enhanced. New pilot is the story for this unbeaten CYBATHLON team. Rolf Schock, experienced as an exoskeleton pilot. In the practice and the warm-up, looked pretty good as well as a wheelchair pilot, Roland. Would you agree?
Yes, the team is very experienced, so they give the confidence also to Rolf that he can compete very well today. He has experience in the CYBATHLON events. He is also by nature a competitor, so that whole team looked very relaxed. Let's see what they can do in the competition.
So we're just a few moments away from the get-go. It will be Christian Rusterholz for Schkebo who goes first. Quickly talk us about the challenge ahead, Roland.
Yes, so the pilot has to pass the stairs, then go up from the one side, which is a bit steeper than the other side, go down again and change the direction to the other side again. So twice over the stairs, and on the last going down, when they go down last, they have to stop to show that they can control the wheelchair on the stairs.
So it's not just about speed, even though there is a 5-minute ruling, and away we go. So this is the first, the Schkebo team in the wheelchair race. Keep an eye on the clock to the right of your screens. 5 minutes is the maximum time allowed to go there and back again. Over the stairs once, then come back again. Now, immediately, we see that Christian has decided to go in backwards position in this, what looks, from our perspective here, almost like a standard wheelchair, but with this special piece of apparatus underneath to help the pilot climb the stairs.
Yes, the team has two very special features in the device, so they can climb stairs, but they can also self-balance. So the wheelchair is very dynamic, can turn on the spot, and you see that when they positioned the wheelchair in front of the stairs, it was very close to the stairs, very well done, to not lose any time to go up.
So 28 centimeter flight height of those stairs climbing. Now, as Roland was just pointing out, look how easily and in such a confined space Christian is able to do a full 180-degree turn in the chair using the stick and his mobile phone. Now let's take a look at Christian's first descent. And again, we can see that special track there, keeping him in absolute control, whilst I'm keeping an eye on the clock as well, Roland. 5 minutes is the total time. This is looking a lot quicker and smoother than we saw in some of the practices yesterday.
Yes, and Christian looks very confident, very good control of the wheelchair, very smooth. He doesn't seem to be nervous. And controlling the wheelchair is the one side, and then the wheelchair has to do the rest.
Just coming up to 2 minutes on the clock. Remember, it is a race against the clock with the Robility Enhanced team up next. But so far for Skevo and Christian Rusterholz, this is right on plan, going as predicted, showing excellent control, focus. The helpers are there, Roland, to make sure that he's to be caught if anything goes wrong, but they're not allowed to touch him at all, are they?
Exactly, they are not allowed to support the pilot or the wheelchair. When they push too hard, it's a fail, of course, but they are there for safety. You also see that Christian is sitting quite high above the ground when he's moving up the stairs. You have to train that, you have to be confident that the wheelchair works well, but Skevo is a very experienced team and the wheelchair is on the market, so they exactly know what they do.
Now, he's looking very calm, looking very confident here, Rusterholz, the pilot, but courageous is a word that comes to mind for me, Roland.
Yeah, I think it's still a competition. He might be a bit nervous still inside, but he does a very, very good job here. Looks very calm. The system is also not shaking at all. Now that it comes to the full stop on the stairs, he has to touch the last step and then stop and go on again. Now he's very close to the finish line already.
And it's nearly there. Watch the clock. It's a 3:29, 3:30. Remember, the other team, Robility Enhanced, we saw from the picture in the right of your screens, watching on, just getting that last maneuver now. 3:41. The chair completely out of the field of play is the rule book. And I think we've just about completed at 3:45. Great piece of skill, composure, and most importantly, control of the wheelchair in a very difficult staircase. Completely different heights and variants on both sides of the climbs and the descent.
Yes, the wheelchair has to cope with these different inclinations. Also, the pilot has to switch the modes several times, and this is maybe also where Christian has lost some time, but the rest of the track was done very well. So the switching of the modes needs time. Putting the tracks down on the stairs, and then we saw on the finish he moved with the tracks over the finish line and did not switch back to the self-balancing mode.
And just as you were describing, a lot of skill, a lot of balance. It's important that we let everybody know that Skevo is all about developing this wheelchair for use of the general public. It's in production, it's out there in the marketplace, and that is an exceptional performance. Christian Rusterholz and the Skevo team, 3:45 is very fast indeed. And look at the analysis still going on. Remember, there's a second heat to come as well, Roland, isn't there?
Exactly, and this feedback from the pilot is very important also when they develop the wheelchair for daily life. So this iteration with the end user is very, very important. One reason why we start these challenges so early, that the teams come together and work on the device together.
So the race is on. Here we go with Robility Enhanced and a new pilot in the wheelchair. This is Rolf Schock. Many of you will recognize Rolf from the CYBATHLON 2020 Global Edition, when of course he was taking part in the exoskeleton for the Varileg Enhanced team. Here we see him with Robility Enhanced. Rolf Schock. Immediately we see a very different setup and a very different type of wheelchair here, Roland.
Yes, it's completely different. The Robility Enhanced team calls themselves a racing team, so they constructed the wheelchair for CYBATHLON, for the CYBATHLON 2016, where they won. They are unbeaten until now, also in other competitions. It has a different mechanics. It's very fast, that you will see soon. It's still very dynamic. It can turn on the spot, and still some of the features may be implemented in future also for wheelchairs that can be used in daily life, but they really optimized the wheelchair for the CYBATHLON competition.
It's been developed by students in a project during their bachelor's or master's degree in mechanical engineering, and I have to say, it really does look like a race machine, doesn't it? Particularly in comparison to the Skevo wheelchair that we've just seen. But It's a good time, it's a tough time. The target is on here. Away goes Rolf Schock after that countdown. Clock ticking away on the right of your screen. The target time, remember, for Robility Enhanced is 3 minutes 45. And already we see a different tactic from Robility Enhanced here, Roland.
Yes, he goes up the stairs, facing the stairs, and now letting the tracks touch the steps. He also has to move his center of mass to be stable when it goes up on an inclination. So he's very much in the front of the wheelchair now to be stable. He's very fast and he can feel the wheelchair because his sight was not very good because he's looking upwards, Rolf. But he is used to the wheelchair. He also trained a lot. And now this is a challenge we increased to the new rules book for 2024. The platform is very small, so they have not too much space to prepare for going downwards again.
And of course we're duplicating what could be an everyday experience for a wheelchair user. I have to say that first ascent, that first climb was just over 40 seconds. The race is definitely on here. He's at 1.18 seconds on the clock. He's got to now change that center of mass position, spin the chair around and go again. But this is impressive from Rolf Schock, and the race is on here. 3 minutes 45. You can see Christian Rusterholz has set the early pace. Remember, both teams will have 2 heats. Their best time will be carried forward and will decide the winning position. But right now, Rolf Schock moving that center of mass position, climbing once again. Very smooth and very fast, Roland.
Yes, and also the flatter side of the stairs is very easy for Rolf and the team. And they are really fast doing this. Very precise. They the pilot also receives commands from the teammates when to stop on the platform because there is not too much space.
And this is what is key. The next challenge now for Rolf, the pilot for Robility Enhanced, is to show that he has complete control over the chair and can stop on command and hold his position. And continues. Oh, look at the time! 2:37 for Rolf Schock and the Robility Enhanced team. Exceptional. It looked fast from the get-go, and it throws the gauntlet down to the Skevo team to raise their game and speed on the second heat. But that was very good indeed. Very fast. And for Rolf, he's got to do a lot of work moving his center of mass on that race chair. Yes. But he did it, and he did it well, confidently. And the speed is exceptional. There is the 2 pilots chatting to each other. And I'm sure the first thing that Christian has just said is, where on earth did you find that speed? Roland, talk us through this in slow motion, because this was a performance of confidence from start to finish.
Yes, maybe we also see the slow motion when he goes to the finish line, because he did not switch the mode anymore after the stop when he declined. So he did not spend time to switch the mode to the tracks again. He just drove over the finish line. We see it here, so no tracks. So he saved some time as well.
Good tactical play, no question, from Robility Enhanced. And really putting the pressure on Skevo, who now prepare for their second heat here at ETH Zurich. So an impressive 3:45 from Christian Rusterholz and his team in their first heat. But the second heat needs to be a lot faster. A few words of encouragement from the team. I do like the fact that there is continual communication between team and pilot. Not just the team leader, but many of the technicians and engineers involved in the project.
Exactly, we have several disciplines involved in all the CYBATHLON teams. So you have physical therapists, you have engineers, you have programmers, maybe even a person that takes care of the tactics. So it's really a multidisciplinary action that we see here.
So the countdown is on for Heat 2 of the Skevo team from Winterthur here in Switzerland. 5th in the global edition of the 2020 CYBATHLON. And Robility, remember, we said they were an unbeaten team. They literally have gone from better and better, 2016 on to win the WHL series in Japan, then CYBATHLON 2020. So Christian really does need to find much more speed here. But there is no question, the Swiss pilot looks ready for the challenge right now.
Starting the countdown.
2:37, 2 minutes 37 is the target time in this second heat. There's the countdown. It's 3, 2, 1, go. Now it's got to go. This has got to be quicker. It's a confident start, or just a little caught on getting himself into position. Now, with already 20 seconds on the clock, Skevo begins the climb, and Christian Rusterholz, who works between the joystick and his mobile phone to get the right mode on the chair to make his climb in the first part of this challenge.
I think that Skevo can save times if they switch the modes smoothly. So this is where they might have lost some time in the first trial. Be precise on the spot here, switch the mode and go down again. Not to correct anything, just switch directly with no corrections would help to save time, I think.
There is no question that as a pilot, Christian Rusterholz, it's very smooth, almost clinical with the way he goes about switching those modes. Absolute focus and concentration from the Swiss pilot. Here's the first.
So now you see how high Christian is above the ground. You need to train that. Also imagine if the stairs are even higher, you're quite high above the ground.
We're watching the clock carefully. The target time is 2 minutes 37. And now back up again. 2 minutes is on the clock. There's the target, 2:37. And I am not sure that Rolf Strock and the Robility Enhanced team are about to be beaten here. Christian Rusterholz definitely looks quicker than his first heat performance, but more is needed. He's back to the top of the stairs once again. But he's going to have to make and show the race referee that he can stop and control the chair on the final decline. Now, spin of the chair, 35, it's gone, and it's over 2:37. Now it's all about a PB, a personal best for Christian Rusterholz. Can he beat his first heat time of 3:45? Absolute control. Well, he shows the officials that he's got control of the chair on the stairs with a complete stop. There's the last stair. Just a slight adjustment of the seats.
He might go again over the finish line with the tracks. Yes.
just to beat that time of 3:45. Christian Rusterholz improves. He gets faster. And we stop the clock at 3 minutes 34. 11 seconds quicker than his first heat, but not enough to beat the Rability Enhanced. Roland, question for you is, what do the Scavo team go away and develop now? They know that they're quite a way off the pace, almost over a minute off the pace of the Rability Enhanced team. Do they keep working, or do they make quite serious adjustments to their race chair looking ahead to 2024?
Yes, that depends a bit on their focus. I mean, in 2024 we have 9 tasks more, so it's not only going up stairs and going downstairs. We have other tasks like going over rough terrain, going over tilted paths. You have even to move up the whole wheelchair to be on a higher level with your eyes. So very different tasks. They also need to add a robotic arm to grasp objects and open doors. So not sure where they focus on. They are maybe a bit less fast on this task, but could be faster in other tasks.
So they'll take the Rability Enhanced team down in other areas of the competition. But still, I was really impressed with the improvement of the times from Christian on screen there. They're taking 11 seconds off his first heat time. So Rability have done enough to win this with their first performance at 2 minutes 37. But again, we know that Rolf Schock is an out-and-out competitor, and he's going to want to improve on his own PB. I think it's fair to say, Roland, that the pressure's off Rolf and the Rability Enhanced team. That race design chair has shown some amazing speed, to be honest. But Rolf, with that competitive nature, I'm sure we'll want to go quicker.
Exactly. They're already preparing for 2024, so they take the chance to be faster in a competition on this obstacle. So I think they will give their best to beat their own time.
And the unbeaten record of the Rability Enhanced team is intact. 5 seconds on the clock and counting down before Rolf Schock of Rability Enhanced tries to improve the time of 2:37. And you can see that he means business here. And what a fast start to get to the other side of the staircase. Now, in contrast to the Scavo team, going forwards rather than climbing the stairs from a backwards direction. 28 centimeters and 17 centimeters height, 28 centimeters width of each of the stairs. What I'm fascinated about the way Rolf works with this chair is how he moves his seat position so many times within the climb and the descent to maintain his center of mass. Roland.
He does very precise control of the wheelchair, and also congratulations to the teams, because we have now Rolf in the wheelchair, we had Florian Hauser in the wheelchair, who won the last competition in this wheelchair. Rolf has no problems to use this one, so it can be transferred between the pilots, so the control is very intuitive, I assume.
.237, looking to beat his own target time here, Rolf Schock, the new member of the Rability Enhanced team for this CYBATHLON Challenge 2022. And he really is maintaining their impressive competition performances.
You have also seen that Rolf can turn and at the same time move his center of mass, so this is optimized for this task. He does not have to do it sequentially, he does it at the same time, which saves time for the competition.
It's going to be very close to the PB, isn't it, here? 2 minutes 37, he's at 1 minute 51 right now, moving very quickly in the final descent. Now, watch carefully, he's got to stop and show us that he's got absolute control of the chair. And there is that stop and control. Watch the clock carefully. 2:37 is the target. Oh, he's done it again. 2 minutes 18. Oh! Brilliant. Well, the new kid on the block, the new member of the team, proves his worth here. Rolf Schoch, superb. 19 seconds quicker. Brilliant.
So this is a signal to the other teams that will join the CYBATHLON competition in the future. You need to beat this team, unbeaten so far. Whoever is in the wheelchair has won. Congratulations.
Oh, what a great performance. And the new team there led by Silvia Rona. Both pilots congratulate each other, but in slow motion, this is very quick. So impressive, Roland. He's moving the chair whilst moving the mechanics underneath at the same time. Ambidextrous, the work there going on. Just exceptional performance. Well done to Robility Enhanced, who are the winners of the wheelchair race here today. So, very exciting stuff indeed. It's difficult to catch your breath after the speed of the Robility Enhanced team. So, Robility Enhanced get the better of Skevo with some very fast wheelchair racing indeed. It's time for us to take a quick break. Don't go too far away. We'll be back with a full analysis of the winning performances after these short messages. Welcome back to CYBATHLON Challenges 2022, a thrilling wheelchair race. And Robility Enhanced maintain their unbeaten record in CYBATHLON competition with a scintillating 2 minutes 18 time from Rolf Schoch and his team, with Christian Rusterholz and the Skevo team taking second position, also improving from Heat 1 to Heat 2. But the winners are Robility Enhanced, and I believe they're ready for a quick chat with us here in the commentary box. Sylvia, can I go to you first? A great race today, a very impressive race machine. Did the competition go the way you expected today?
Absolutely. What better to wish for than our personal record? Rolf broke his own record in this race.
And it seems to be the team plan to get a good result or a good performance in first and then really push the limits. Rolf, quick question for you here. Did you expect to go so fast on that second heat?
Nee, aber feestelijk, hè?
He didn't expect it, but it just happened. He gave his best.
And of course, the question mark for all of us is, can the team get faster? Can the race wheelchair get quicker? As we know, this is the road to 2024. What's next on the R&D development for that very speedy chair?
Well, this wheelchair is basically a race machine, as you mentioned. We don't invest too much into it currently because we have another project going on. We learned in the collaboration with Robility Enhanced, the exoskeleton team, that users don't really care about the differences of the technology. They just want to be mobile. They want to be able to participate in their everyday lives. And for that, we have a new project which we are currently developing, where we combine the advantages of exoskeletons with the advantages of wheelchairs. And we call our new device the Enhanced Hybrid.
I cannot wait to see it already. The enhanced hybrid. You've got us on the edge of our seat, Sylvia. Most importantly, congratulations. That unbeaten record for the Rability Enhanced team stays intact. What a great day. Well done. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Roland, what a great little chat there with Sylvia and the team. They've got so many ideas, so many developments, and that really is the essence of CYBATHLON, is to create more social interactivity and accessibility.
Yes, and Sylvia mentioned something very important. You have to listen to the end user. What's the need of the end users? And they do that with the new project. They did that also with the wheelchair and the exoskeletons. You have to listen to the needs, and then it will turn out well. Otherwise, the technology will not be used in daily life. Also, Skevo developed a wheelchair that is really user-centered. So it's very dynamic. It can climb stairs. You can go almost everywhere with the wheelchair, and congratulations to all the teams how they did that.
It's been a fabulous CYBATHLON 2022 Challenge Series. Where do we go from here is the next question that everybody wants to know, Roland.
Yes, the goal is to have CYBATHLON challenges twice a year, to onboard even more teams, to also ask them to do the new challenges, the new task from the new rules book. And hopefully we see more teams in the next challenge. They had not too much time to prepare for this one. They will have more for the next one. And then, of course, they can prepare at the challenges to the CYBATHLON 2024 with the 8 disciplines. We have 2 new disciplines, and I'm looking forward to get to know all the teams from all over the world.
And of course, CYBATHLON 2024 is from the 25th to the 27th of October. And as you can see from CYBATHLON Challenges, the best in the world are preparing, working hard, and making sure that our 3rd edition of the global CYBATHLON competition will be as exciting as ever. It's been a fabulous week, Roland. Thank you so much. A huge thank you to all of the teams and everybody out there who's tuned in. And until the next time, many thanks for your company. It's goodbye for now.